and welcome to the Nonsense Gaming Podcast, the podcast where we chill and talk about gaming and nerd culture from the casual's perspective. We're happy to have you here as we explore our topic for today, Pokémon Lore. Tonight we have a special guest joining us. Welcome, resident Pokémon know-it-all, John!
Hey there.
And as always, we have our host. I'm Kitty.
I'm Uni.
And I'm Roxy. Let me give you a rundown of what we have in store tonight. We will begin our discussion with a rundown of the second Pokémon DLC. Then we will hop into an entrancing game of Guess That Video Game Quote. Finally, we will take a deep dive into our love of Pokémon and its lore. Then we will close out the night by ranking the regions and champions.
Well, it's great to have you back, John. Thanks for coming on again.
Oh yeah, of course, anytime.
So,
I'm excited for this.
Yeah.
Sorry?
Oh, I'm excited for this episode.
Oh, I don't know. I
Sounds like fired
I
up
just
because
heard-
she's got her.
all I heard was, I'm sorry about this, and I'm like, I don't think it was that bad last time.
I'm sorry we have John back on.
Yeah, my bad. I'll see my way out.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, no, on all serious note, for those who didn't get a chance to listen to the last Pokemon episode, why don't you give us a little bit of background on yourself?
Oh yeah, so I started playing Pokemon way back, and I got into the competitive scene around 2014, and since then I've dabbled in the trading card game, and I'm a huge fan of everything Pokemon in general.
Solid. Well, you have a lot of experience, and for those who have not heard the other Pokemon episode, I have absolutely zero experience with Pokemon, other than I believe I watched one episode of the anime. It was the first one. It's a time. But John here, why don't you take us into our current event for the day, which is the new DLC.
Oh yeah, so the newest Pokemon DLC, Crown Tundra, came out about a little less than a month ago, I'd say, and it brings in some brand new Pokemon. So like 2 new Reggie Pokemons. If for those who don't know, they're like these golem things, and some different legendary Pokemons, and some Galarian forms of Slowking and Articuno Zapdos Moltres. And we see a lot of a returning cast from some fan favorites from Generation 1, like Nidoqueen, Nidoking. We also see a plethora of the legendary Pokemon. I think all of them, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure all of the previous legendary Pokemon and Ultra Beasts are now once again available. And we also see a lot of new, well, not new, but returning Pokemon that will have a huge effect on the competitive metagame. Things like Garchomp, Salamence, Metagross, and so a lot of fan favorites, a lot of starters. The Hoenn region ones are in now, and it's just an addition to the whole DLC model that they're building upon nowadays. Like, there's new competitive moves as well, and I think they're not going to have the same effect as the Isle of Armor moves, because the distribution is way less, and there's way less of new moves anyways. So it's a cool little new thing. Nothing too fancy, but it's a cool thing to the.
What was the effect of the Island of Armor DLC? I think you mentioned something about the moves having an effect on the competitive scene.
Oh, it basically turned a lot of Pokemon that were unviable viable. It made Pokemon that were previously good great, and it also took some Pokemon that were great and just weakened them because of these new, just powerful and generally useful moves.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, so besides that, there's not much else in the current events of Pokemon as far as I know. I'm sure there's new episodes of the Pokemon.
The new one.
The newest one. It's the Journeys one, I think. I'm not sure what that one's called.
Yeah,
I haven't seen any of it.
I haven't seen it either.
I've only ever seen the original. And then I think I saw one movie. I think it was the one with Celebi in the forest or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's the only one I've seen.
Don't worry, there's a million. There's actually so
Yeah.
many. You can make a whole season of Pokemon just out of Pokemon movies. That's how.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
there really is. There's so
That's
many.
terrifying.
Oh man. Well, let's hop right into our game here. Roxy, why don't you give us a rundown on what that's all about?
Yeah, so it's not strictly Pokemon themed, but what it is basically a bunch of video game quotes. You guys are going to tell me what game they're from, possibly what character is saying them, you know, if you want to get that bonus point. I think between all of you, you should get them all.
Yeah, you
We
Like,
should.
this is
We'll try.
We'll
this is like
see.
the, yeah,
I'm scared.
it's like,
I'm
we'll make
scared.
it like getting your driver's test. You can get 2 wrong, but like after that you fail.
Oh, yikes.
All right.
We're working
Okay, but we're-
collectively as a team,
but we're a
right?
team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
go
I think,
Okay.
but honestly, I think you guys maybe can get them all. I think a lot of them are pretty easy, and then a few of them depends on like what games you've played.
I feel
Does
like
that
you're
make
setting
sense?
us up for failure, Roxy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm a little worried.
I don't think
but
so. I don't think so. We'll just get into it and you'll see.
We don't play the same games, Roxy.
No, I think a lot of these are pretty general. We'll see. We'll see.
All right. We'll go into it. We're ready.
All right, this is the first one. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
I want to say Professor Oak, but I'm not sure. I am actually not sure.
Wait, you guys don't know this one?
No.
Oh no, maybe I misjudged.
I definitely have heard of it. I've definitely heard of
I
it.
swear to I like.
It
okay,
sounds
I don't
like
swear. I'm
Professor-
pretty sure it's Professor Oak, but
Like
there's
at the
no
beginning,
guarantee.
right? Like
Yeah.
when you're going to
It's
the grass.
dangerous to go alone. Take this.
I've definitely heard it.
It's not Pokemon. I'll give you.
Oh, okay, then we're boned. I have no idea.
Dangerous to go alone. Take
I
this.
feel like that's any character who's like delivered the exposition and then
I've
like is just setting you on your journey. It's like,
Yeah,
It's dangerous.
Like, hey, buddy.
take it.
It's dangerous out there. Take it. Like,
Yeah, just
I have
just
no
take
idea.
it.
Okay, okay.
Roxy, if you give us the game, will we be able to figure out the character?
I mean, no. Like the character's more obscure than the game.
Oh no.
Oh.
Aw.
Okay, then
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
the
okay.
character? What's the
Well,
character?
okay, we'll try to get the character. Why not?
There's no way you're. I don't even know
No.
the character. I don't even think the character might not be named. To be honest with you.
What the- Okay, we got
Okay.
stumped on
Yeah,
question
we
one.
gotta
Just-
concede
Yeah,
there.
okay.
What-
Next time,
Don't worry.
guys.
I think the rest will get better.
I feel like as soon as you say it, I'm gonna know. I've definitely heard it.
It's from the Legend of Zelda. It's like a very iconic. Like it's from the first Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
Like
I
I'm
didn't-
sure if I showed you the screenshot it comes from, you'd be able to recognize it. It's like maybe.
Don't play Zelda. I wouldn't know.
I haven't played the first one, but I
I'm gonna
played
be real.
Breath
To
of
be
the
I've
fair-
Wild.
played a singular Legend of Zelda game.
I've played a few. I've definitely heard of the quote. I don't play it as much, so that's probably why I didn't know it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never played the original Zelda. I just like know the quote because I see it all the time. So I just assumed it was one of those things that like everyone has come across a million times. But I guess I run in a weird circle.
She's just like nervous sweating. She's like, God, I've exposed myself.
She's like, maybe I gotta find new quotes real quick.
No, I
Search
think
it
okay.
right now. and
Okay,
go,
Just
oh
hear
my God.
no,
nervous
no.
typing.
No, I think the rest are.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I mean,
we
alright.
we start off a rough start. Let's give her.
There's 15, so I at least get a few.
Okay, let's go.
Alright.
You know, hey, we gotta rally here.
Let's go, we got
Okay. The second one is the cake is a lie.
I know I've heard of this. I know it.
I've
Okay,
heard of
okay.
this.
I don't think I've heard of this one.
Like, I want to say
Yeah.
Fallout, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
Okay, it's from Portal.
Okay,
Moving
yeah,
on.
I have
Yeah,
no
that's
idea.
wrong. That's
No idea.
Guys, we're not looking good here. We're not looking
That's
good.
okay. You get the rest.
we
You get
went
the rest.
we went for the driver's license. We don't have a learner's permit yet.
Roxy
Yikes.
said you could only fail 2. She said we
Okay,
could
well,
only
we'll
fail
just get the rest. We'll just get the rest. We're fine.
No, it's fine. You'll get the rest. Okay, Hadouken.
That's Street Fighter. Okay,
Yeah.
thank goodness. That's an easy
Not
one.
yet.
That's Ryu, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
That's
okay, we got one. We did it.
We got one.
Oh goodness, good thing John's here.
I
Oh,
used
this
to
is
be
gonna
an
be rough.
okay. I used to be an adventurer like you until I took an arrow in the knee.
The Skyrim guard.
Yes.
The Skyrim guard.
Thank God John is here. Oh
that would
God.
be a note for me.
I definitely said we do not play the same game.
I thought these quotes were like iconic.
That probably
Like,
are
the first
for
two
you.
are
yeah.
definitely iconic. We just Didn't know. I knew the quotes, I just didn't know what game it was from.
Yeah,
That's
like
fair,
I know,
that's fair.
I've heard of the quotes. I don't know the games.
These ones I know. These ones I know.
All right.
Okay.
Next one.
Finish him.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. Oh, a game I played.
Man,
A game
Roxanne, you had an
I played.
opportunity to like go the deepest voice you could with that one. Just
Dude, honestly, just try it. I want to hear
Yeah.
it the deepest you can go.
Finish him.
yes, yes.
Yeah, this slide didn't do that.
No, I liked it better than the first. It had more character. It sounded more genuine.
No, I'm about it.
It's beautiful.
War. War never changes.
I've gotta say, I've never heard of this one.
Okay, I'm gonna
Carrie, come on.
Okay,
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
it's okay, on the first one, John guessed this game.
Oh, what?
On the first one?
War
Yeah.
never
Wasn't that the one we
changes.
done the Pokemon game?
It
I
was one
guessed
of your
Professor
guesses.
Oak. I don't remember what else I guessed.
I only
Fallout.
remember. Oh,
that was
you
the
did guess
second one.
That was the
That was the
second
second
Is
one.
that the second one? The cake is a lie? You thought that was from Fallout?
Yeah, I can
Yes.
Yeah, it
Second
just seemed
one.
like something. I don't know. Fallout's the same. I haven't even played
Yeah.
Fallout. It just seemed like something that the little guy in the blue suit would say.
Okay,
Oh, no.
the next one, if you guys don't get, you're actually failing your driver's test,
Oh,
alright?
no.
Like, you're veering off the road,
Oh
guys.
no, I don't know my game knowledge, so
I'm
I
so
failed my
scared.
driver's test. Take
gonna
away my
fail.
driver's license.
Take away my learner's permit.
Take away my
Alright.
learners.
Demacia!
Oh,
Oh, League of Legends. That's a
League of
game.
League of Legends, Clash of Fate.
League of Legends, Clash of Fate.
It's from Garrett. It's from Garrett.
The next one, I'm gonna be personally offended if you don't get,
Oh
so...
god, be ready to be
Oh,
offended,
no.
Roxy. Yikes.
Oh
Alright.
no.
I suppose you're expecting some unbearable pun.
That's Volibear.
Is that Volley Bear?
Yeah, it is.
Wait, Volibear says that?
Yeah, it's Volver's joke.
That's why.
I'm gonna be real. I've never played Volibear in my
In my-
entire life.
That's the reason
That's
it's funny though,
offensive.
John. That's unbearable. Because he's a bear.
I get it. I just
This
didn't
is
know. I played League for
unfair.
so long and I never heard of this quote. Not once.
It's
If there's more
yeah.
League quotes, you better hope we play these champions, or it's
Yeah,
not gonna
yeah,
be
yeah.
pretty.
Just gonna-
There's no more league quotes.
We did.
That was the
We
last
did
one.
a league game where we did that. I feel like.
Yeah, we
Oh
had
yeah,
one.
that was a mess as well.
We got distracted.
All right, number 9. Do a barrel roll.
That's like that sounds like Donkey Kong or something.
It's kind of on those lines.
All right, but I haven't got a clue what this game.
I just
What
Start.
game is this from?
It's similar
Everyone
to
knows Do a
Donkey
Barrel Roll, but what game is this from?
yeah,
Star
I've
Fox.
heard of it. Wait, what?
That
Cause like they're in the ship, so it's like do a barrel roll, and then the ship does a barrel roll.
Wait, what was the
right.
Yeah, Star Fox.
Well, we just
You-
failed the
I-
driver's test. Bye bye, everybody.
I'm not gonna lie.
I
I'm
do not
kind of
know.
disappointed. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't get that one.
Oh, I'm
Me
not
too.
surprised at all.
I don't know that
Deeply,
game.
deeply.
I don't know it.
Like I'm thinking about it, and that is kind of disappointing. But you know what? That's fine. That's fine. Better luck next time.
Okay,
There's no limit on how many times you can fail a driver's test.
No,
That's
it's
true.
not in Canada.
Not in Canada.
Yep.
there. Wait, is that actually like a stipulation in other places?
I know.
Like you fail
I
3
know
times, you're
it's-
out.
I know in Switzerland, if you fail 3 times in a row, you have to go get a psychological evaluation.
Oh, oh
That'd be
my
so
God.
funny though. Like that happened to you. Like, okay, maybe it's not funny, but like it's kind of funny, right?
Yeah,
Imagine having to go to a shrink because you just couldn't drive.
yeah, you just. Oh no.
All right. Today is the first day of your new life on this pristine, lovely island. So congratulations.
That sounds like Animal Crossing.
Yeah. And who says it?
The
Oh,
guy.
it's Tom Nook.
Tom Nook.
Yeah.
That's Scannon.
Yeah,
Tom
Raccoon. Or,
Yeah.
he's a raccoon, right?
that's what it looks like.
With
think
Tanuki.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are Tanukis real animals?
No. But I'm assuming that's what he's based off of.
I thought like Tanuki suit was just like the thing Mario wore.
I'm pretty sure it's a raccoon dog, right? I swear to God.
I'm pretty sure it is.
A raccoon dog. That's kind of cute. All right. It's super effective.
Pokemon.
Or Pokemon.
The game.
Yes. Praise the sun.
Oh, Dark Souls.
Yay!
Goodness, John.
I'm not a filthy casual. I'm not a filthy casual.
We're all casuals here, John.
And who says it?
Oh, wait. I know this. It's something Dad.
Dad.
That's what the build was. That's what the build was.
Something Dad.
I don't think it has anything to do with a dad.
No, okay. So there was a build back in Dark Souls 1 where
Yeah.
you weren't a filthy casual. You weren't a filthy casual if you did it, and then he would do that thing where he'd raise his arms as he walks towards you as a taunt. And that's what I remember this from. I could be completely wrong because I didn't actually play that much Dark Souls, but that's what I remember it from.
Yeah, it's just like Solaire. That's his like shtick. He's like the praise the sun guy. Yeah,
That doesn't have
he's a
Dad
sun
in it.
bro.
You know what? There's
Sun bro, sun dad.
sun dad,
same
sun
thing,
father. I don't know.
Thing, you know?
When Rakdos enters the chat. Sorry, that's like a early episode reference.
Oh goodness.
I was like, go watch the Magic the Gathering episode if you want to get that one. We can't get into that today.
No, we really can't. But our princess is in another castle.
That's
Mario.
Mario, right? Right?
Yeah.
With the Toad.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah, like Toad and like
It's like
yeah,
you get to the very end and Peach isn't there.
yeah. I was like, Princess gotta be Mario, right?
Exactly. All right. I like shorts. They're comfy and easy to wear.
Yeah.
That
And
sounds
he
like a
has
starter.
The greatest Rattata of the land, Youngster Joey. Youngster Joey,
Yes,
big man from Pokemon.
Honestly, I didn't think you guys would get that one, but then I forgot. I guess John is here, so.
Young
Big
Joey.
man,
Joey.
Youngster Joey. That guy's my hero.
All right,
Like-
last one.
Go ahead.
No,
Ready.
go ahead if you want to
No,
talk
I was
more
just
about
saying, that
youngster
guy's got the
Joey.
sickest Rattata in the land. Just saying. I
Yeah,
can't believe you guys
it's
didn't know it.
Rattata. No, I know. I remember his shorts very well.
They're comfy to wear.
Unfortunate. They're comfy.
They're
What can
comfortable
I
and easy
say?
to wear.
All right. It's high noon.
Yikes.
No?
Is
I recognize
Wait,
it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna
definitely
throw out a guess. I think it's a good guess, but if I'm gonna look a clown if I get this wrong. Is it McCree from Overwatch?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, fire it up. I hate that game. I hate that game so much. And I still
We
hear
don't
it
play half
everywhere.
these games. Did you expect us to know? I'm crying.
I think that, like,
Me and Kitty are out here like, what if John wasn't here?
I think John's the only one who gets to drive at this point. Like, yikes.
I still failed the test. I'm just saying, I don't get to drive either. It looks like we're going off to see the guy that's giving us psychological exams. Sorry, guys.
I guess it just goes to show that, like,
There are
I
a lot
guess-
of games. Yeah.
there's a lot of games.
Yeah,
and
there's a lot.
I guess things that I assume are, like, everyone's played this game. I mean, there's hundreds of games, so.
Like I've
I
heard of
do
a
a
lot of
little
the
more
quotes. I
than
just
100.
don't know
Fair
where they're
enough, fair
from. Yeah.
Okay, and with that car crash, I was gonna say train wreck, but you know,
Dumpster fire and keepers.
It's a car crash. Wait, okay, viewers at home, okay, tell me in the comments,
of the Instagram post.
was it like you guys got them, right?
I tried my best, guys.
viewer.
I'm
But I
sorry. I
tried.
tried.
The viewers shaking their head, like, no, these were terrible.
I can only imagine all the everyone who's listening just being like, "Oh my god!" and they're screaming out the name, and we're just here like, "Yikes!"
Yikes.
That's what I hope. That's what I'm hoping, that, like,
That's what
I'm
we
just
heard.
joking.
Okay, all right. So moving past the car crash, let's get into our main segment for tonight, which is Pokemon Lore. So fill me in. What's the general story we got here?
Well, generally the story of Pokemon is you're 10 years old, here's a fire-breathing monster, take over the world. Well, save the world.
Yeah, that's accurate,
True.
actually.
Like you're usually against middle-aged men that have other fire-breathing monsters that also want to, control the world in some way, shape, or form.
But you never pass 10 years old.
Yeah,
No.
never past 10. You just hit 10. Like you haven't even hit puberty yet, but they expect you to save the world. That's the gist of Pokemon. And yeah,
That actually is, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
it's
accurate.
actually
Okay,
accurate.
general story, but like, okay, if I remember anything from the last Pokemon episode, it was that there are more than one type of Pokemon, so it can't all just be fire-breathing monsters.
yeah, but most people tend to choose the fire-breathing monster.
At the
Is
beginning.
what I feel like.
Never go.
I feel
I
like
don't
every
work-
generation, everybody just really hypes up the, Gen 1. Everybody and their mother loves Charizard. That's why
Charizard.
Pokemon is
True.
making millions right now, printing shiny Charizard cards that everybody will fight to the death for.
Charizard is amazing.
But I think
Yeah.
Charizard is sort of like an exception. I don't know. Like, when you think about the other fire starters, it's like...
Oh,
What's the Torchic
people love
is cute.
Typhlosion. People love
Oh,
Blaziken. People
I
love
love-
Infernape. I guess
love
Emboar
Infernape.
was
Thing
meh.
is, I liked Emboar, but
I
like
did like
Blaziken, I don't like the humanoid Pokemons.
Yeah.
Mm,
Like, those
They
creep me
tend-
out.
They seem to be getting more and more humanoid as
I know.
the year goes on.
I
Yeah.
dislike it.
Pain.
Like all of the starters from this most recent one end up humanoid, and I'm like,
Yeah.
please just stay monsters. Like, it's creepy. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Furry
please.
bait is what they
Eh.
are.
Oh
Yikes.
no.
But no, honestly, it's like, I don't know. I think that's honestly the strength of like the first gen and the second gen is that they don't look like people at all. And that is very good. Like, don't all fours. Well, like, it doesn't have to be all fours, but you know what I mean.
But
Mhm.
I think in the middle gens they did a good job, because Gen 5 was supposed to be a reboot of the series, right? And they did I think they did a good job of capturing the essence of monsters rather than people. Because there's always
Mhm.
been humanoid Pokemons, like Machamp is Gen 1,
Yep.
it's humanoid, Mr. Mime, Jinx. And it's just it's something for me. It's more of like the starters are getting more humanoid
Mhm.
rather than all of the Pokemon
All
are
of
getting
them,
more humanoid.
Fair enough.
I don't know. It's
But okay,
Yeah.
so
Personally,
did the
I
starters
think-
play it all into the story, or?
oh yeah, it's
Yes.
the starter Pokemon are the Pokemon you receive at the very start of the game. It's like
Mhm.
supposed to be your number one companion, or
Yeah.
so to speak.
You get like a choice. There's like always 3, and it's always water, fire, and grass.
I choose grass every time because
I
that's what
I
Chad's choose.
It depends what it is. I will choose the cutest one.
Me too. That's what I choose on is
I-
cuteness. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever's the cutest to me is what I'm choosing.
Mhm.
But yeah, but going back to the general gist of Pokemon, it's usually against these teams that have some like ideology that they want to impose upon the rest of the world. Like Team Rocket, the first one it was pretty simple. Team Rocket just wanted to steal Pokemon.
Mhm.
Gen 2 was still Team Rocket.
Yeah.
But then you get to the third generation, it's just this Team Aqua and Team Magma. One wanted to make it pure land on Earth, and the others wanted pure water on Earth.
Water, yeah.
And
Gotta question
Team
that.
Galactic- yeah. Well, what did I don't know what that guy was thinking. I don't know. Did he think it was a
don't-
fish or something? He's just like, yeah, no more,
Yes.
no more oceans, no more
Yeah.
oceans,
Let's go.
and then no more land. I don't know how they thought that would work out, but
You know, that's just how it is.
It's like,
a little bit of a plot hole, just a tiny bit of a plot hole in the.
which
third
would you
gen
rather
there.
have?
I don't
All
know.
ocean or all land?
Like,
I guess
if it's all
all-
ocean, I'm drowning in like 2 minutes.
No,
goodness
you can
knows I
swim
can't
now.
swim.
You can swim
I'm
now.
done
I
in 2
taught
minutes.
You. I taught you how to swim. You can do it.
Yeah, for like 30 seconds at a time. But
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 like,
I'm just
but
saying.
like, no water. Full stop. We're all dead.
yeah, but that's 2 days of living rather than, I guess, 2 days of dehydration and 1 day and like however long you can swim in the ocean
I
before
like
it's good night, Jim Kite.
swimming.
Either way, it's a lose-lose. I don't think there's a better choice. It's just do you want guaranteed 2 days of dehydration, or do you want to take your
I
chances
don't think
swimming
you.
in the
I don't think you
ocean?
understand how bad dehydration can be.
I'm gonna swim in the ocean because I
Yeah.
like water.
Plus, you can get some trees that would be wouldn't be waterlogged for a couple weeks, and
Hmm.
then,
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, drowning would be quicker.
Yeah, like if it was ocean, I just hop in and make it done quick.
Yeah,
Go
you're
to
done.
the
You're-
Arctic, yeah, because then you're so cold that like it forces you to take a breath, and then you inhale the water and you die like really quickly.
Oh yeah, sick, amazing.
So
Well,
Problem
I
solved.
love
We live
this.
in Canada.
I
Problem solved.
Oh my
This is-
goodness,
okay,
this is quite a
God.
turn.
okay, sorry.
We're
gonna move on real quick.
The topic there.
Just slightly. So essentially, what I'm getting is third generation. It was just like world domination by either element.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I'm trying to remember what Gen 4 was.
Um,
It was Team
Oh,
Galactic
yeah.
wanted to do something with
Sinnoh, right? Yeah.
they like the legendaries in that one controlled time, space,
Yeah, it's
the-
about time
the-
and space.
opposite dimension, and they're like the literal god of Pokemons from that generation. So
Yep.
they wanted to do something like recreate the world or something
Okay.
like that. I don't
So
remember all
what
too
is
well.
what is the god of Pokemon?
Just imagine a spiky llama. A
Literally,
spiky, oversized llama that can change typings based
Type.
on the item it's holding.
his plate. Yeah.
It looks a lot more majestic than I'm describing it. I
Okay.
swear. I swear it looks
It's
way more
actually a
majestic than
spiky
I'm
llama. I'm
describing it.
Okay, and so
Spiky llama.
is this like do they create all of the other Pokemon? How does this work?
Apparently it's canon that everything in that world came from that Pokemon. So people came from that Pokemon. It's literally Pokemon God.
Oh,
Like I don't know.
It's-
Wait, are
It
people
created
God.
everything.
Pokemon?
oh,
We
did,
talked
like-
about him last time. His name's Arceus. Or
Did we?
Whatever his name is.
oh.
Well, John said every name he had.
Oh yeah, right, because our Arceus
I
has,
remember. Yeah.
like three or four canon names
Mhm.
because official Pokemon media always calls it something different.
Yep.
Hmm.
Wait, question.
Mhm.
Does the Pokemon world have animals that aren't Pokemon?
Yes, like there's little references in the games and stuff, and I'm not sure about the anime, but maybe the anime, but where it's like they mention like horses or cows or something like that.
Weird.
Yeah, so I don't know how that would work, but there's mentions of them. I feel like they're more mistakes than anything.
Yeah.
Like, they've
I
gotten
think
pretty good
so.
about keeping it like Pokemon. Like that was pretty early gens where they see those mistakes, but like in the newer gens, they do a pretty good job of like when there's cows, they say like mill tanks or
Yeah,
Tauros.
milk tank. Yeah, I was like, it'd be so
Milk tanks.
awkward if they were like, we got cows.
Yeah,
Like,
like nice cow milk instead of this. That's what moo moo milk is now. It's just milk
yeah,
tank
moo
milk.
moo milk.
So
It's kind of creepier. But, like, it is what it is.
And so with
well, I
go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say because like if you think about it, in the Pokedex it says like horse Pokemon or like frog Pokemon. So I guess they know what animals are to have
True.
that, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? But the chances are they do have real animals. You just never see them in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't be very fun.
What you did?
Well, it's just like who do you think would be higher up? Like would survive better? A normal cow or a cow that could spit fire and shoot hyper beams? Like I'm just saying.
You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. Natural
it works,
selection.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, we have a list here of things that we're supposed to be going over, and I just see the word Lavender Town. I have no idea. Like,
wait.
somebody
All
explain
right,
it.
Roxanne,
Roxanne, take it
Roxy.
away. I know you've been
Go
waiting
ahead,
for
Roxy.
ages to talk about this.
Yeah, okay. So, one of my favorite parts of Pokemon is, like, Pokemon games have, like, a really weird, creepy underbelly. Maybe it's just me. But, like, they have, like, a lot of weird ghost references throughout the games. And I feel like it all comes back to Lavender Town. So, okay. So what Lavender Town is basically this town that has this spooky music, which we'll get back to the music in a moment, people. So music is like, it's like a whole thing. But also, it's basically just like a Pokemon cemetery. So, and that's like completely canon. It's not like, oh, like it's hinted at. No, it's like it just is. So there's like this huge tower where you can go up, and like there's these ghost people and stuff, and it's super creepy. And when you get there, for some reason your rival is like there mourning, and you're like, what's happening? And there's this whole theory that you killed his Rattata, right? Is it his Rattata or his Raticate?
His Raticate, I think.
Yeah,
Because,
it's Raticate.
like, the next time you fight him, you don't see his Raticate. You stop seeing his Raticate afterwards.
Yep.
So it's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah,
It's depressing.
So the theory is that like when you fight him on this boat, and then the next time you see him, he's mourning, and then the next time, his Raticate's gone. And so the theory goes is that when you knock out his Raticate on the boat, they aren't able to get to like one of the Poke Centers in time because there isn't one on the boat, and then the Raticate just dies.
Yikes.
Oh, pain.
So it's like, did you kill his Raticate?
Oh
Maybe
my
you
God.
did. But there's also a bunch of these stories that apparently, I don't think this is true, but apparently there was like original Lavender Town music that they had to change.
Yeah.
Because it would like, it's like the most ridiculous thing ever. Like, it would like drive people to like, just
Yeah.
bad things, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like very spooky. The music is really spooky.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
think it's
spooky.
nice. I don't think there's anything weird about the music. And it's just sort of, it's kind of like nice spooky music, but
Yeah.
I
yeah.
hated going through Lavender
I
Town,
hated it.
just saying.
Yeah,
It was-
I actually
It was the
hated
most
it.
unsettling thing for me, and I like the only reason I ever went there was to change my Pokemon nicknames in Fire Red, and like I did the thing, and I'd never like that's the only reason I ever went back there.
Yeah,
Like
they
I
ran in there,
hated
ran
it
out.
so much. Yeah,
see,
Me on my little Game Boy Color, and I was so scared. I was like crawling around. Oh my god, I hated it.
I really was like fascinated with it as a kid because it was such a change in tone from the rest of the game.
Yeah.
And that was kind of like interesting to me, right? I don't know. It was like edgy when you're a kid, right? Like,
Yeah.
Me
ooh,
and
like
John get scared
Scary
easily,
John.
so
Yeah, it's like
no, me and
super
Judith were just like,
spooky.
no, we want nothing to do with this. Get me out
John
of here.
gets so scared.
And then, so there is just like weird ghost undertones throughout the entire games. I think it's in
There's,
like
like,
the
another town.
Paris theme one, like Kalos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can go into this one room in like a department store in like the main city, and there's just this girl who's a ghost just chilling there, and you can like talk to her, and then she just like goes away. It's like she's just a ghost. It's just Pokemon just has a whole ghost thing going on, and I
Like
I
you can even
appreciate
see it in
that.
the animes, hey?
Yeah, you do.
Really? Okay, I haven't seen very much of the anime, so
Yeah. Some of like the earlier episodes, I just remember seeing this one where there was this like one lady that okay, if you haven't watched the anime, Brock's loves the
Oh
women,
my god,
loves
I know
the women.
yeah.
He's out there trying to find girls
Mhm.
24/7 at any moment you can get. And so there was this one girl just standing on this cliff, and he's like, "Oh yeah, this girl's ridiculously hot. I'm going for her."
Right?
And at the end of it, turns out she was the ghost of some lady that died on that cliff, just waiting for her sailor husband to come back from war. And they were just getting haunted by her. And I was just like, no. I just
Oh
episode.
my.
It got to that point. Boop. Off. Done. I'm not. I had nothing to do with that. I
actually
don't like it. I
remember that
don't like
so-
ghosts at all.
And Brock's just like, hey, but dinner tonight still sound good, or
Yeah, he's just like, like.
That's
A girl's a girl. I'm going for her.
Yeah.
He's going for it.
He was ready. Like,
Ghosts are people too.
I
Well,
mean,
were
they
people
were. Yeah, they were.
Okay. I gotta do him like that. It's so weird.
We don't like ghosts, okay? Me and John do not like them.
Yeah, not at all. No horror, nothing.
John loves phasmophobia.
What is that?
It's a ghost game.
It's a ghost game. They just
Yeah.
locked me in a room and scared the bejeebers out of me.
Yeah,
So
we'll tell you
that was
about it
good.
later. We'll tell you about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Awesome.
Oh, God.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, as a kid, I don't know if this is confirmed at all, so like this might not be a thing. But when I was playing Pokemon Leaf Green, my friends had this rumor that if you went to this certain truck and clicked on it at like a certain time, like this crazy event would happen. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh
at
yeah,
all?
yeah. So it originated in like the actual Gen 1 games, like so red, blue, green. So what it was there was 150 original Pokemon, but then somebody found out that there was 151, and that was Mew, right? And
Mhm.
supposedly what you could do is do something with this truck, and I think it
Yeah,
was
yeah, that's what I remember. Yeah.
yeah for to get Mew, and I guess it just carried on till Fire Red and Leaf Green. I just remember in like second grade, one of my friends, Andre, he was just said, "Hey, you know, if you put a Magikarp and a Ditto in the daycare for 100 levels, you get Mew." And so I caught a Ditto and I bred a level one up to level 100. So like I just got a
Mhm.
Magikarp that was like level 5 or something, and I ran around for hours, just an hour. So because the games used to count your steps
Yeah.
for when you wanted to breed Pokemon.
Yeah.
To get eggs, you had to run a certain amount of steps.
Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then so for the levels to go up, like you would have to. I ran around in the games for just like hours at a time just to try to get my Pokemon to level 100 in the daycare. And the first time I did it, I didn't know that you had to put both Pokemon in, so I only put Magikarp in, and I had to do it twice.
Oh no!
No.
And I still didn't get it. I still didn't get it because it wasn't true.
Yeah, but there were so many random like things people would come up with as a kid, though, right?
Yeah.
Because someone would say, "Oh, this worked for me," and there's no way to fact check it, so everyone would be like, "Just trying it," and they'd be like, kids. I feel like kids lie so much.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So it's like, so one other kid would totally be like, "Yeah, it happened to me too," right?
Yeah.
It just like perpetuates this stupid lie.
just to flex, be like, oh, I caught this Pokemon. Oh yeah, me too. Just to like flex on it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, I have 5 Mewtwo's. It's like, me too.
Yeah.
Mewtwo.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
me
like, that would have been an epic pun. I missed my moment. I feel sad.
But you know, I kind of miss that because you know nowadays, if you're lacking information in any game, you just Google it, right?
Yeah.
But back then, all you could do was order those like guidebooks or whatever that had like game secrets or whatever.
Exactly, yeah.
And I just thought that was so fun, like having to find everything by yourself and just kind of discovering things as you go.
I remember once, actually, my sister got a magazine that had this section on Harvest Moon, and it told you how to marry, like, the Harvest Goddess, and it was, like, this crazy elaborate process that, like, no one would have ever been able to figure out without, like, hints or, like, some guidance.
Yeah.
But she found it in this magazine and actually worked. It was, like, one of, like, highlight of my, like, childhood, like, cool
Yeah.
moments.
Friends of Mineral
Yeah.
Town is actually one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game so much.
Yeah, that game is
She actually
very
talked
top
about
tier.
it more in the Sim one, just saying. Just saying.
Sorry, the rest of us didn't play it enough.
Married
Pain.
Karen every single time in that game. She was an alcoholic.
Oh my
Oh my.
god.
Okay. Let's keep going down this list, alright?
Next section.
But yeah, like the Pokemon games are full of these little references and stuff. Like one of them is the Reggie puzzles, right? It's something that I would have thought of as a kid.
Yep.
So like these, for people who don't know, like Caitlin, I know you have no
Yeah,
idea.
no,
They're like
I am.
Golem Pokemon.
Yeah, I'm sitting here and smiling.
So just imagine these golems made out of like ice, rock, and steel with like dots on their face, like on their bodies.
Kind of like dominoes.
Yeah, they kind of look like dominoes. Yeah, their
Yeah.
faces. So, but what basically to reflect these dots all over their face, the puzzles to find them were based off of Braille.
Oh, wow.
And so what you had to do is like you would find these like, at least in Fire Red, you found these pillars with like dots on them. And I had no idea what they meant. Turns out you just had to know Braille and decipher them and do the actions. Like it had instructions basically to tell you how to catch these things. You just had to know Braille. I don't know what kid out there knew Braille and just like I figured it out, guys. This is how you find them. But I don't know what kid, but God bless that child because the internet was so helpful. But it's just like these little references that Pokemon has where you just have to kind of dig and have outside knowledge to find. It's just cool little things like that.
And so what did the thing say once you read it, once you knew Braille?
Oh, if I remember correctly, there was one that was just like it was a piece of metal, right?
Mhm.
So one of the moves you could do was cut, that you usually use to cut down these little trees to get around the map.
Yeah.
But what you had to do was you had to cut the piece of metal, and I would have thought of that as a kid. I basically
Mhm.
sat there for hours wondering what the heck I was supposed to do.
Sorry,
There's a lot of there's not just like puzzles as well, or little things you have to discover. There's a lot of like little tidbits of information, so like references that carry on to other games, like the ghosts, like the underlying ghost
there
themes
always
that
is, yeah.
Roxanne was talking about. There's this one cave, if you remember it, it's called the Scorched Slab in Sapphire, Ruby, Emerald. But all you could ever find in there was this little TM, which is like a CD that has a move for your Pokemon, right?
Mhm.
And it was Sunny Day, and it's just a reference to like this Japanese sun god that sealed herself into a cave. And then
Oh.
if you continue on later into the further generations, like Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, like the remakes, they actually put a legendary Pokemon that wasn't released yet in there, just to pay homage to these old references that they had that people spent hours looking through to try to find something in.
Mhm.
And so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
I think Easter eggs are one of like, I don't know, especially in Nintendo games, they're just really good, if that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah,
Like,
they do a lot.
They've always put a lot of effort into their Easter eggs, so I appreciate it.
I love them. Yeah.
do those carry through
It's
at all
like-
to the anime, or is there a general separation between the game and the animes?
Oh, there's a huge separation between the anime
Yeah.
and the games, because like there's
Mhm.
Pokemon that are exclusive to the anime, locations exclusive to the anime, and people that are like just characters in general that are exclusive purely to the anime. Like there was 36 episodes of this region of the world called the Orange Islands, and it was like I don't know if it was the second or third
Oh, I
season
remember
of
this.
Pokemon like that.
Yeah.
But they don't exist at all in the video games. But there's these islands full of these exotic, different looking Pokemon with like cool little customs and stuff.
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure Pokemon 2000 took place in them. It's the one where they find Lugia, like this sea deity,
Oh.
basically.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But there's like, speaking of like cool little Pokemon, like in the regular games, people
Mhm.
tend to do a lot of shiny hunting where you catch these alternate
Mhm.
colored Pokemon.
Ah, yes.
But in there's so many in the anime. There's just a lot of like randomly colored Pokemon. Like
Mhm.
an example is the Orange Islands. There's these Pokemon with like weird markings all over them that you would never ever find in the regular games. There's Onyx, which is a rock Pokemon, like just a snake made of boulders essentially, but it's made of
Yeah.
crystals instead. Like there was this pink Butterfree just to indicate that it was female for some reason.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Okay.
I actually remember that.
And sometimes there's just random mistakes too, because like littered in the anime, there's like these Pokemon that are like colored the wrong thing. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
like in the like they're not even mentioned characters. It's like in the background you see a little Wooper that's like pink or something. No, I guess Shiny Wooper's pink. It's like it's
Yeah,
I
no,
think it was
shiny Wooper is pink. Yeah.
I think it was like a
Wait,
green
Shiny
Wooper.
Wooper's pink? That's so cute.
Yeah, it looks like a little because it's an axolotl. It just looks like a regular axolotl. It's cute.
Aww.
Yeah, it's cute.
But yeah, it's just lots of randomly colored Pokemon and things like that in the
Mhm.
anime.
That you wouldn't see in like
Yeah.
in the game. Yeah.
And so, okay, so if I think about a lot of things like series, you have the Star Wars universe, you have the Marvel cinematic universe, and then you've got like obviously the comic book universe. I think, and I don't think those are the same. I don't know enough to,
Yeah.
but there's a good. So if it were to characterize it, would you say that like there's the Pokemon game universe, and then there's the anime universe?
I guess so.
Yeah. They're still like closely related.
Like
I think.
I think they're a lot more closely related than like the Marvel. Actually, no, I think that's actually a pretty good analogy. Like the Marvel
It might be,
cinematic
yeah.
universe and the Marvel
Okay.
comic universe.
Mhm.
I think that's a good way to put it. Where it's just like they're closely connected, but there's these like very noticeable differences.
Mm.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause,
it's like
like-
they're. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say like Pokemon in the games they evolve by level generally. Generally they and there's like little there's a few other mechanics, but generally in the anime, they just kind of evolve when needed.
Right.
It like in most of the time, it's in the midst of battle, a Pokemon evolves. That doesn't happen in the games where because it's literally impossible for it to evolve in the midst of battle in the games.
Mm-hmm. I was
Yeah,
like,
love
But it wouldn't be
up.
very dramatic if it's like after the big battle, it's just like, oh,
Yeah.
look, now it's
Yeah, if you want to
That's
wait
evolving.
till you get it.
well, I guess there's only so many times you can have like the battle is done and the smoke clears, and it's like, oh my god, it's a new thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a lot more exciting to watch, actually, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just seeing this tiny little lizard evolve into a fire dragon in the midst of battle sounds a lot more fun than, oh, the battle's done and we're walking down the street and then, oh, there it is. You know?
There it is. I remember
I mean,
when
I think it's like
yeah,
the real life
Ashton
versus
Neuberg
movies,
evolved.
right? Like it's just like you expect
Yeah.
all of these grand things and like beautiful timing to occur, and then more often than not, just like, oh.
Don't even get me started on romantic comedies right now.
God.
Yeah, no, full hard stop on that before we even get started.
Yeah. Ooh.
Rom-coms have made everything worse. Not because I don't like
Yes.
rom-coms, but rom-coms have just made it like,
My
man, I wish this
expectations.
happened. I wish that happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
here's the question though:
Before we go down the
is
rabbit
there
hole.
a Pokemon rom-com?
Oh, actually, sort of.
Is there?
Like in X and Y, that Okay, so our main protagonist throughout Pokemon is Ash, the Time Lord. We all know
Yeah,
the guy that has a
10-year-old.
Pokemon for a dad. But
Mr.
but
Mime.
there was this character named Serena that apparently was from a region that didn't exist when the first iterations of the anime came out. She's from Kalos, like the French region, but
Yeah.
apparently they met as children,
Mm-hmm.
and she had a huge crush on Ash, and later on they met again, and she still has a huge crush on Ash.
Yep,
So there's
yeah,
like sort of rom-com.
I mean, that's the
But-
most rom-com-esque. I think when you're dealing with 10-year-olds, it's always like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
It's like
does he like me? Or something like that.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
just like,
They,
It just reminds me of those
basically.
animes with the little kids where it's just like, oh, he promised to marry me when we grow up, and we're like 4 years old, made the pinky promise.
Yep. That's what it is.
Don't ask, I've seen too many of those.
Oh no.
it's
You watched one with me.
Quintessential quintuple.
Double
The one I showed you? The one I was like, this is the
Yeah.
one.
oh gosh.
We're waiting
You guys,
for season 2,
give us some
guys.
more context, please.
It's an anime where this guy helps these stupid girls study.
Yeah.
wow. Sounds like
Basically.
it's very
Yeah,
interesting.
They're
and
actually
all 5 of them
stupid.
are into him.
Yeah, all
That's
5
anime.
of them are
That's-
into
that's
him.
anime.
Yeah.
And
That's
we
anime for you.
don't know which one he married.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
They still
that's why
know?
we're waiting for season 2. We're waiting for
Oh, that's how they get you.
Yep. John was angry.
and like the reason they like him is because he's an anime protagonist, and that's simply
Yeah,
it.
that's
all.
literally it.
Of course.
But they do know him when
Who
he
Who
was
needs
younger.
good character
But
development?
he helps
you
them
know?
study.
Who needs good character development when you have the plot armor? Just
Yeah,
You have 5 girls who like you.
you are the
need character
protagonist. That is all you need.
But bringing it back, you mentioned the Kalos region and like how it came about before. That's actually what we're ranking tonight, right? We're ranking the regions.
oh yeah.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Well, let's slide right on into that.
Right.
And well, I mean, have our guests start off. What's your rankings and what's your rank based off of?
So I just kind of did like an overall liking of it, like because I took it into account a lot of things like
Mhm.
region design, region story, what amount of content, little things to do on the side, the champions, and just everything in general. So for my very first place, I had Kalos, like the Gen 6.
Mhm.
My reasoning behind this is I really like the look of the region overall. The champion Diantha, she seemed kind of generic and uninspired, but I don't think there was a single bad Pokemon in the 6th generation.
That was
Personally,
really solid. Yeah.
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 Like, I
they were
think
really nice.
like like not competitively, but just design wise. I love all the designs in Kalos. I think they're fantastic, and they're probably some of my favorites, if not my favorites.
So
And for number 2, it's the same deal, Johto. The Johto region was the second generation, and I just really liked the way the Pokemon looked. And Lance, our old
Lance.
yeah, the old 4th Elite Four member ended up being champion, so I thought that was cool. I as much as I liked Gary as a champion in the first generation, I just enjoyed this guy who had these mythical dragon things being a champion rather than just a guy who had a random mix of Pokemon. I felt it just fit better in my eyes thematically. And for my third one, I chose Unova, like the 5th generation, the one based off New York.
Yeah.
Like the champion, like I thought Alder was a cool champion. I thought he was a very loud, flamboyant design, and Iris was okay, but I mostly chose Unova because I think it has the strongest storyline out of any Pokemon game that's ever come out. Like Unova is actually, at least plot wise, the best Pokemon game they've ever had. And after that, I put Sinnoh because I don't know. I just have this feeling about Sinnoh where, like, it was good all around. I don't have any super special attachment to it compared to the first 3, but I just thought it was a solid region all around. After that, I put Hoenn. I just thought there was too much plot holes with the everything water, everything.
Yep,
land.
yeah.
I don't know what these guys are doing.
Yes,
But,
not too well thought of a plan.
Yeah, like I would say everything else is on par with Sinnoh. Actually, no, that's a lie. I think Sinnoh had a way better champion. That's true. Sinnoh's champion. Cynthia is my favorite champion of all time. But Steven and Wallace were pretty good too. It's just Hoenn was just a solid region. And then I would say Galar. It's just I'm not a fan of the DLC model. I feel like the England theme could have definitely gone way better if they just kept it to the old, the old model of having every Pokemon that they can in the game rather than releasing it DLC style. But that's I'm not going to complain too much about that because that's more of a business thing rather. I'm sure corporate decided that rather than the designers. And lastly, I have Alola. It's just I wasn't a fan of the trial system. I'm much more. I really do like the gym leader system, and I think they had it great the first time. Like they had the gym leader system, and I think they should just stick with it because it's part of what makes Pokemon is the gym leader system. The trials it was a fresh idea, but I feel like it just didn't capture the Pokemon spirit too well. And Pokemon design, it was probably my least favorite region. I still think they're good. I just don't think they're my favorite. And
I like the Aloha forms, but I don't actually like the ones they introduced, if that makes sense. Like it was fun to see like the remixes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I get where you're coming from there. Like there's Galar regions and Alola regions now, but I've never been a fan of having regional forms. My reasoning for that is more competitive, where it's just like it just makes it renders basically one Pokemon that used to be like obsolete basically, and it's just what I always used to see online these art posts of Pokemon that have like different variations based on like which habitat they lived in. So like a Chikorita that was like northern had ice all over it, or it was based off like a winter melon or something like that.
Yeah.
And the reasoning I had with that was it would just make a lot of things unbalanced competitively. Like this is a better way to do it. It's just I don't like how they can't interbreed properly and things like that. But I do think the Alolan Pokemon were fairly well done for the most part. Like the Tapus, competitively broken, but I actually really like their design, and that's
solid.
And so, just think it was the weakest region all around Alola.
Fair enough. Yeah, we'll pass it to Roxy.
Yeah. So I ranked mine a lot more on the champions than the regions.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind here.
Yeah.
First one's Kanto, because like Gary is just
Gary's a Chad.
Just such a good rival, you know?
Are you the one who put the
I feel
heart
like they-
here?
Yeah. I feel like they never got rivals as good as they did in, like, that one. I wish they just brought the fire back with the rivals. That's what I want more than anything, is, like, just a mean rival who you just want to stomp to the ground, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like in Alola, like Hao is just basically he's not really your rival. He's just your buddy that you're.
Yeah, he's just like behind
Yeah.
and everything. He's just chilling with you.
Yeah, and I find in most of them it's sort of like there's maybe some rivalry, but it's not like they're still like nice to you and stuff. Like I want a Gary, you know?
Okay.
You want a rival that can talk dirty to you is what you're.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
mean.
Just, like,
Oh no.
You just want to like hate on them.
It's
and then,
true though.
Yeah. Then the second one I put Sinnoh with Cynthia, because like champion
doesn't love
wise,
her?
like she's just gonna yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, enough said. Then I put Leon in like Galar. I actually liked Leon a lot.
Mhm.
Like I liked his design, I liked his personality. I thought he was a good character. I actually think that's one thing that they did well. I think a lot of the characters were really fleshed out in the newest Pokemon.
Mhm.
I thought that was good. And then the fourth I put Lance in Johto. Then I put Diantha and Kalos. Then I put Hoenn with Wallace and Steven. And then Unova with Alder and Iris. And then the last one's Alola. I just didn't play a lot of Alola. I actually didn't finish it, so
Yeah.
I'm really biased. I never faced the champion, so
Well, to be fair, like it's like a lot of people told me they didn't finish it because they just didn't like the way the story was going and they weren't
Mhm.
fans of the trial system. So it's understandable.
yeah. I mean, I think it just lost interest at some point. It just like put it down, never picked it back up. Like it wasn't like a conscious decision.
Yeah.
It just happened. Yeah,
It just happens.
sad. I'm sorry, Alola.
Sorry, Alola.
I still like Alola Meowth. Sassy
The meow specifically.
It's just like a sassy version of Meowth. I just love it.
It's true. But then it evolves and
Turns into Tibby Chunky Cat.
yeah, chunky
right,
cat.
I forgot about that.
Gets
I
his
think I
fat
tried to
head
burn that
and
from
the-
my memory. That's bad. That's so bad. It's
Poor
so
kitty
bad.
does not know what
Well-
we're talking about.
Do you like Galarian Meowth then? Little beard boy.
I don't know if I ever ran into it. Let me look this up.
I like just regular meow.
I dig Meowth.
Is it called Meowth still? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's just
It doesn't evolve into Persian though. It turns into Berserker.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was confused about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely seen this guy. I'm not really a huge fan. It's kind of
He's
weird
so
because like from the
ugly.
back, he doesn't have the beard. Like I thought like his body was the beard, but then he has like a little body behind it, and it makes me uncomfortable. Like I don't like that.
Reminds me of like Colonel, you know that Colonel Sanders bucket where his bow tie looks like a little stick figure body. So once you see it, you can't really unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Like-
we just did to Roxy.
It's just weird because it looks like his beard is made of flesh. Like I don't like
Oh
that.
my.
That's creepy to me. What? It does. It doesn't look fluffy. It looks like fleshy.
Oh no.
I'm just creepy.
So he's
man.
like a turkey just with a really big like what is that called? The little
Goblet?
thing that dangle, the little gobbler. Yeah, it's
Yo,
just, it's just
thanks, yeah.
really big. I don't
Yeah.
know, cancerous for
creepy.
lack of a better
Oh my
term. Like a
God.
gobbler, it's just lumpy now.
Like, does that look like fur to anyone else? Like, fur is fluffy. This is like a big lump.
Fur's not always fluffy.
Maybe from far away, like at a distance.
creepy stuff.
I don't like it. I think he looks ugly.
Tend to agree.
Okay.
I still think he's cute.
How about you, Yini?
Yes, okay. I kind of just ranked it on like a mix of the like how much I like them and the champions, like the whole region as a whole. So, my number one is Sinnoh because I love Cynthia, and my favorite Pokemon is Garchomp, which is in that region. Fair reason. My number two is Kanto because I also love Gary. And the first region. Yeah, I just like them. Number three, I have Kalos, Who the heck was Kalos? Oh yes, yes. I just like the whole region, and so I think I liked all the Pokemon in the Pokedex there. Yeah, I liked all the Pokemon, so that's why it's number 3. And then I have Galore. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. So it's just there. Then I have Johto, then Unova, Hoenn, and then Alola. I skipped my reasonings because they're there.
They just exist. It's fine.
They're just arbitrary.
Yeah, like I just same reason as those two for Alola, and like the rest of them, it was just there. Like I don't mind all of them.
Yeah,
I like all of them. Yeah, I'm just indifferent to them, so they're there. Kitty, now it's your turn. I'm very curious.
Oh, yikes. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like we've gone through this. I don't know what's going on at all. So I just based them off of only the region name, and I had never heard these pronounced out loud before. So I ranked it. Well, yeah. Well, but here's the thing. Like, they're not hard words now that I've heard you say them, like they make sense. But I was picturing in my head with like all of my biases of how I would pronounce these words, which one would be the best to say.
Wait, pronounce them how you thought they were
I
pronounced.
will.
Yeah,
I feel like that would be fun.
Okay,
Yeah.
because like, okay, so the first one I had over here was Alola, which I got right, because that's just a fun word to put in your mouth.
Okay,
Like,
true.
Alola, yeah, that's true.
Like
It's true.
It's a fun, I don't know how to explain it, but it's a fun feeling when you say it.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually. I completely agree. Good mouthfeel.
Right?
It kind of gives you like that vacation feel.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's the mouthfeel of language, right?
Yes.
And then I had Unava, because it
Oh, I see it. Okay.
I see it too.
and then afterward I had Sinnoh, because I pronounced that, I had that with an ah at the end. I'm like, you know, that's fun, Sinnoh. We're about it.
Cinnabon.
And then the other one I had here was Galar. I don't know what it is about the L's. It just is so fun.
You like
Galar.
Fancy.
Like, it has a nice ring to it. And then, you know, Johto was kind of the opposite. It's kind of like back and forth. I don't know, Johto. Like, I feel like I always bounce my head to one side or the other when I would say it. And then I'll be perfectly.
I love these rationales.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Johto. Yeah, exactly, right? And then, okay, I'll be perfectly honest. I do that thing where you read the word as a whole, but you don't, like, read the, like, if the letters were flipped in the middle, so long as I have the first letter and the last letter, I can get the word most of the time. But, so, I know it's pronounced Hoenn now, but I really thought it was Honan.
Oh, okay.
Like, I read it, and I was like, cool, yeah, Honan. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And it reminded me, it sounded like a character I knew, which was like, he was fine. I don't know. But, like, for some reason, I couldn't get that distinction right, so I was like, okay. And then Kanto, and then, I don't know why my brain was like, we need to pronounce Kalos, like with a big K.
Ooh, you're
like,
right. Kalos is not nice. Kalos is
Kalos
nice.
is nice, but like Kalos,
Kalos.
That sounds
I'm
like
reading
Kalo.
Kalos
Yeah,
last.
To be fair, Kalos does look kind of like Greeky, and
it
Kalos
does.
does seem like a Greeky word. So I get you.
yeah,
I
like
see what
Yeah,
you're
I
saying.
see it.
Yeah. So, you know, nothing to do with the game at all, but I'm here for it.
I like it. I like the
Little
way it was
linguistics for
Hey,
us. I like that.
But yeah, Alola, I know y'all have it at the bottom, but it's just so beautiful of a word to have in your mouth.
written. It's true.
Well, we can agree on that. We like the vibe. The word.
the word is
Yeah.
good. The word can be top tier.
There we go.
Yeah.
The
There we
region, less so.
Yeah, less so.
Yeah, word is top tier region.
go. Okay, and so I'll leave this to you all to debate, but what's our top region?
I had Kanto, but that's mostly because of Gary. So like, we can move.
I think Kanto is. I think it is a good region. It's just been done to death. Is the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Kalos is a bit of a hot take because I know a lot of people don't like the design.
I actually really liked Kalos.
Yeah, it was in my top.
Like, I
3.
really thoroughly enjoyed playing Kalos.
Me
Like,
too.
great experience. I don't know, great region in my opinion.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they did a really good job with X and Y, I think.
Yeah.
So, like the hot take more or less is people seem to dislike the new Pokemon they introduced there.
I like
So-
them.
I
I
think
kind of
they're
forget
fantastic.
which ones
Yeah, I
were
really like
introduced.
them.
It's like, I think people had a problem with like, it was like the ice cream one was introduced, right?
No, that
Oh,
was
no,
Gen
that
5.
was the other
Unova.
one.
Well, then what are people mad about?
I don't know. People seem to tell me that I've heard a lot of people say that they're not good-looking Pokemon. I think they're
like
beautiful.
them.
I think they're like some of the most well designed. Like it feels cohesive. Like it's the first time in a long time where I feel like every Pokemon belongs in this region.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's the one with it had Gudra, right?
Yeah, I had
Gumi?
Gudra.
I love Gumi.
Wait,
and Gudra.
didn't it introduce Sylveon?
Yeah, Sylveon
Yeah,
was
it's-
How
good.
can people be mad about that? It's like,
Exactly.
Most of the arguments are like Klefki is a keyring. I'm like,
I
and
like
what's your point?
Klefki.
Yeah, what's
love
wrong
Klefki.
with
I think
that?
Muck is a
that's
pile of
fun.
muck. Like, sit back down. I'm sorry.
They're like, oh, it's an inanimate object. You know what else is an inanimate object? A Pokeball and an upside down Pokeball. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Voltorb.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
god.
so
Wait,
Kalos?
Meowstic was
Is
there
that what I'm
too.
hearing?
I think all 3 of us like Kalos, so
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Yeah.
Was that what? Did they introduce Bidoof in Kalos?
No,
that's
that was like Sinnoh.
Okay, because Bidoof is kind of the king for me.
I thought you like Psyduck.
like,
No, but
I
of
think
Pokemon design, Bidoof, it's just so like, it's just good, just solid. You know, what a unit.
Oh my god.
to be fair, Eunice does really like Sinnoh because of Garchomp and Cynthia.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I do. That was my number 1, but Kalos was my 3rd, and I'm perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, because like
Two.
I went Kalos, Johto, and then Unova. But,
Yeah, it's Sinnoh, Kanto, Kalos. So.
and then
Yeah,
what did you-
I'd Kanto, Sinnoh, Johto.
like then I think we should do like Sinnoh first.
Yeah, Sinnoh has to be
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, Sinnoh.
Yeah.
I think Sinnoh for you guys has to be first.
Woo! Garchomp!
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that. Like, I think the title of best region is always a toss up. It's a
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I just
They
Which
all
is
have
awesome.
their unique.
Right?
Aspect.
Like, what a great series that, like, you can have the debate of, like, which one's the best, right?
Yeah.
Like, Pokemon just is so solid.
It's so
Mhm.
good.
That's why it's like the best selling franchise of all time.
Yeah.
oh,
Just say it's
Really?
the best selling game franchise of all time.
It's crazy.
insane.
PETA's not a fan though. PETA ain't a fan of that.
Oh, we don't.
Oh, no,
We don't-
they are not.
They made a little game like Pokemon Black and Blue. Hey, it's where like it's like you're abusing the Pokemon. I'm like, what are you doing? It's just it's little pixels fighting with it's fire breathing monsters fighting against like water breathing monsters. Like I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, I think Sinnoh is I think Sinnoh's a fair number 1 choice. for
Yeah,
us
I
today.
agree.
And then
Yeah.
I think you all were pretty unanimous on the worst.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Sorry, Lola.
Like, sorry, I still
I
played
did
it through.
like Lola at the end of the day,
Yeah, I
but-
liked it still.
but I think it's of all the regions, it was the weakest region.
Yeah, I agree.
Totally fair. But that's pretty neat. Well, thanks so much, John, for joining us. It was great to have you again. And that's our show for tonight. Thank you, Nonsense Gamers, for joining in on our conversation. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and we will see you next week with new episodes every Saturday. Boop! Boop!
Boop boop.
Oh, boop.
Hey! We got it.
Let's go.
I actually
got
waited.
Very good.
Yeah,
very
we
good.
waited.